Captain Zork's tentacles went rigid with horror as he stared at the small figure in the containment pod. The human child, no more than 6 years old, was coloring with crayons, completely unbothered by the force field surrounding her. "You absolute moron." Zork's voice cracked across 3 octaves. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" First Mate Glix proudly puffed out his chest scales. "I've secured the ultimate leverage against the humans, Captain. One small offspring for ransom, they'll pay anything." The bridge fell silent except for the child's humming. Every crew member who understood galactic politics slowly backed away from Glix. "You've killed us all," someone whispered. In the vast tapestry of galactic civilization, humanity was still considered a newcomer. They'd only achieved faster-than-light travel 70 years ago, their technology primitive by most standards. But every species who'd dealt with humans knew one universal truth: you never, ever touch their young. "Take her back," Zork ordered, his command throne creaking as all 4 tentacles gripped its arms. "Take her back right now." "But Captain," Glix protested, "she's just one small, weak offspring. The humans have billions." "You don't understand." Zork pulled up his personal datapad, showing headlines from across the galaxy. The Crothan Empire kidnapped a human teenager 50 years ago. The humans didn't negotiate. They didn't threaten. They simply ended the Crothan Empire. It took them 3 days. The child, Emily, according to the name tag on her colorful dress, looked up from her drawing. "Are you talking about me?" she asked cheerfully. "My mommy says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. But you have a funny voice." Zork's 3 hearts sank. She wasn't even afraid. Human children were raised so safely, so protected, that she couldn't comprehend being in danger. That made it infinitely worse. "Sir," the navigation officer's voice trembled, "I'm detecting a massive gravitational anomaly. Something's pulling us out of hyperspace." The ship lurched, reality bending as they were forcibly dropped into normal space. Outside the viewports, stars that shouldn't exist in this sector gleamed with artificial precision. Humanity had moved stars. They'd literally redesigned space itself to trap them. Incoming transmission, communications reported unnecessarily. Every screen on the bridge activated simultaneously, showing a human woman in a simple business suit. She looked tired, annoyed, like someone interrupted during lunch. "Gentlemen," she said in perfect galactic standard, "I'm Director Sarah Chin of Human Diplomatic Corps. You have my daughter. Let's discuss how you're going to return her safely and why we might let you live." Glix, still oblivious, stepped forward. "We demand 1 million credits and safe passage." "No," Director Chin interrupted. "You misunderstand. This isn't a negotiation. I'm explaining what's going to happen." She pulled up a display. "Right now, 14 human battle fleets have surrounded your position. Our best engineers are calculating how to fold space to bring you directly to Earth. Our xenobiologists are determining if your species can survive having every molecule in your body quantum shifted. The only reason you're still alive is that Emily hasn't cried yet." As if on cue, Emily held up her drawing. "Mommy, look, I drew Mr. Tentacle Face. He's purple." Director Chen's expression softened for exactly 1 second. "That's beautiful, sweetie. Mommy's going to bring you home now." "Captain," the science officer whispered, "I'm reading energy signatures I can't identify. The humans, they're doing something to local space-time. The fundamental constants are shifting." Zork watched his instruments go insane. The humans weren't just threatening them. They were rewriting the laws of physics around them. "We surrender," he broadcast on all frequencies. "Please. We'll return her immediately." "Too late for surrender," Director Chin said conversationally. "You see, when you took Emily, you activated something we call the parent protocol. Every human in the galaxy, regardless of nationality, profession, or location, is now united in a single purpose: getting our child back." The viewports darkened as ships materialized, not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands. Cargo haulers retrofitted with weapons, science vessels broadcasting jamming signals, even hospital ships armed and ready. The entire human civilization had mobilized. But she's unharmed," Glix stammered. "We fed her. We gave her coloring supplies. And that's why your planet still has an atmosphere," Director Chen replied. "Emily, sweetheart, are you ready to come home? Can I finish my picture first?" Emily asked. "I want to give it to Mr. Tentacle Face." He looked sad. Even through the translator, Zork could hear Director Chen's voice catch. "Of course, baby. Take your time." The next 10 minutes were the longest in Zork's life. Emily carefully colored, occasionally asking if purple was Zork's favorite color. It wasn't, but he said yes while humanity's assembled might waited with weapons charged. When she finished, she handed the drawing through the containment field, which parted for her like mist. "For you," she said proudly. "So you remember me?" Zork accepted the drawing with trembling tentacles. It showed a purple blob with stick tentacles and a smiley face, standing next to a small human figure under a rainbow. At the top, in crayon, were the words, "My friend." "Transport in progress," someone announced. Emily dissolved in a shimmer of light, presumably appearing safely aboard a human vessel. The moment she vanished, every human ship powered down weapons simultaneously. "Your species has 24 hours to implement these changes," Director Chen announced, uploading a massive data packet. Mandatory education about human offspring protection, genetic markers to prevent any accidental kidnappings, and compensation to Emily's favorite charity. She likes the one that saves the whale analogs on Kepler 442b. That's it. Glix asked, stunned. "You're letting us go?" Director Chen smiled. It wasn't a kind smile. Emily drew Captain Zork as a friend. "We honor our children's wishes. But understand this," her expression hardened. "There are 7 billion humans in the galaxy. Each one would die for any child, not just their own. You triggered a response encoded in our DNA refined over millions of years. We call it parental instinct, and you just saw its military application." "We understand," Zork said quickly. "It will never happen again." "No," Director Chen agreed. "It won't. Because every species in the galaxy just watched what happened here. The word is already spreading. Never touch a human child. Not because we're powerful, but because we're parents. And parents protect their young with a fury that makes supernovas look gentle." The transmission ended. The human fleet vanished as quickly as it had appeared, leaving only the modified stars as a reminder of what humanity could do when motivated. Zork looked at Emily's drawing, now the most valuable and dangerous piece of art on his ship. "Captain?" Glix ventured. "What do we do now?" Zork carefully placed the drawing in his personal safe. "We go home. We implement every requirement the humans gave us. And we pray to whatever deities we believe in that no one in our species ever makes this mistake again." He turned to his crew. "And Glix? You're on permanent human culture education duty. Start with their history of parental protection. Pay special attention to something called a mama bear." As their ship limped toward home, one thought echoed through every mind aboard: they'd stolen a human child and lived. That made them the luckiest beings in the galaxy. And luck like that only comes once. The drawing stayed in Zork's safe for the rest of his life, a reminder that human children saw friends where adults saw enemies, and that innocence was protected by the most powerful force in the universe. Love transformed into unstoppable determination. Never touch a human child became the most important rule in space. Because if you do, you'll face something worse than death. You'll face their parents.